I'm Julie, and I'm doing the filming today.
Yeah, well, we've had a few knocks about this little cradle.
That cradle there,
it tends to shake around too much. And we thought, well, you know what, Julie can hang on to the gimbal, and maybe you guys can let us know if there's an improvement because she's in the camera's in the the phone's in the DJI on the DJI gimbal, so I'm hoping that's doing some benefit, and we'll try and get our head around this vibration for doing road trips. And yeah, by all means, please let us know if that's been an improvement. We really can't annihilate every piece of vibration while on the road. South Australian roads, although the territory in South Australia is pretty flat, a lot of it, you can't get the feeling of motion out of the camera. So feedback would be great. You know, is this an improvement to say the last one, or are you completely fine with it? What do you reckon, Jill?
Well,
I mean, hopefully you get what you want. You know, you get some nice pictures of the South Australian farming or outback areas, right?
yeah, it seems steadier. I don't know how it compares to the cradle until we actually look at the footage, but...
Well, we had a bit of a problem, is that I tried to stabilise the footage a bit more with InShot's stabiliser software, and it moved the label on the bottom of the screen around. Although if you look in the centre of it, it seemed okay. It just that the watermark tend to move around, and people picked up on that, you know. And
so that may have been the problem.
Yeah, but regardless,
we're trying. We're experimenting.
And like I said, if you stick with us, we can only keep improving, and we'll take on board any, I guess, constructive feedback. You know, I don't mean if someone wants to be completely mean or a a-hole. I mean, if someone wants to be constructive and try and help, we're open to trying new tricks.
And it's hard for a human to hold a gimbal for a long time, whereas it's easier for the cradle attached to the car to do that.
Yeah, and believe it or not, we can shoot up to 5-6 hours to produce a 30-minute, 40-minute video.
Yeah.
And although it might seem seamless to you as the audience, we do our best to...
Rich does a lot of editing to make the raw footage look better.
Yeah, and to give you an idea of what we use, we don't use any of the big companies. So if you're interested in getting into YouTube, yes, I do use a good quality phone. It's probably getting on now, but the older phone has the better camera in it for videoing. It's one of the few Oppo phones that produces good footage, and it's a Reno 10. You know, of course, the top of the range. There's
so
top of the range.
got a bumpy road. Yeah.
There's top of the range Oppo phones that will produce that you can use. They're actually dedicated video camera phones. This is one of them that takes 4K 30 frames per second. It's not quite 60 frames, so it takes 30 frames per second. We have like a Sports Pro. It's like an imitation GoPro because we're not financial and we can't afford one yet. And I use a bit of, I've progressed from a handlebar mount onto a helmet mount with that. My editing software, I've stuck with InShot's, mainly because it's great for Android or Apple, and if you're editing with your phone. So equipment we use at home is, well, we use various different laptops, etc. But we're using Linux on that. I don't use any of the major companies to I think like most people, we're getting sick and tired of told what we can and can't do, and how much we have to spend. And Linux has progressed so much more further than most people understand. In the old days, you used to have to install every bit of software or firmware yourself. You used to have to know what you were doing in order to install Mint.
Linux was the operating system for genuine geeks.
And now, to be quite honest with you, now, I don't know where we're going here. Now, Linux is, it's just like Windows or any other major software out there. You can pretty much have confidence that it's going to install what it needs when it needs.
Yeah.
And do updates. So. And
just tell you when it needs updating, and you just go and click on the button, and it goes and does it.
Yeah, and it's it's pretty much user friendly. It for all intents and purposes, it looks and feels just like Windows, or not like Apple. I mean, I wouldn't use Apple, because Apple is just basically.
Apple's got its own quirks that makes it work quite differently.
We've got an Apple, and
Android, Windows, and Linux tend to feel similar.
Yeah, we've got an Apple. It's and it's an Apple laptop, and although they're
not wealthy, we got given it by Bridget's sister when she upgraded.
Yeah, and look, it's still up there. It still gets updates and stuff, and
yep.
And they use beautiful, they use software that's compatible to Windows and Office and stuff like that. They're all interchangeable, but there are some quirks about Apple machines that that they're firmware reliant. So the good thing about having Linux on a machine is that it's not you're in control. You decide what you want to add, and it's a little bit more secure. Windows has now got into saying, look, you can only install certain things as long as you use our website and pay our bills, and otherwise you're on your own.
Kind of amounts like that.
Otherwise you're on your own. There's no protection, and they're basically, my opinion is, they're scaring people into, not being able to do their own thing. So.
Look, I use a Windows machine quite often.
Yep.
But I work within it's locked down sort of setup.
It's quite great for that. It's quite great. If you
it works very well.
It works really well.
But there is one piece of software I can't install because it's not offered on Windows App Store.
Is that like Google's Maps or something?
No, it's
oh yeah, with some editing for.
It's an image editing.
Imaging editing, and then they don't really offer.
Earth and View.
Yeah, they don't offer anything competitive to that.
And I absolutely love Earth and View.
Yeah, and that's it. So I don't know. I guess we're 80s kids, and look, I was writing software when I was a kid. It's not that I'm not up to tech. It's
so we know what geeks are.
Yeah, I was geeking out when I was a kid, if you want to put it that way. It's just that I like to have choice. And so we FDIS the Windows software and installed Linux. But like I said, we still have Windows machines. We've got
an Apple machine, we've got a Windows machine, we've got 2 Linux machines, we've got Android tablets and phones.
Yeah, and I found that for me, InShots, and I have a license, I bought it outright. For me,
InShots on the phone is...
InShots did just as so, it's simpler. It's competitive to other software you're going to find out there, and I don't use any of the sort of AI stuff. That's one thing I don't like is producing video with AI and manipulating stuff. You can take out all the bits and pieces in the background and that, but are you really producing? Are you being honest when you're uploading to YouTube, where it asks you, is this video being AI modified in any way? So with all its faults, sometimes you're better off uploading what you got.
Yeah, I like the idea of AI technology. I like the idea of being able to, you know, to remove a stray lamp post or something that, you know, doesn't add anything to the image. But on the other hand, as Bridge just said, you know, when you take things away from the image, how much are you taking away from the story?
Or cutting out somebody else in the background, or
yeah,
you know, if you don't want them in your video, then don't record them.
You can look at it, you know, like most things, you can look at it several ways.
I try not to photograph children because that this age, not only this age verification, but the rules around children on the internet and stuff is that a lot of people are going to find themselves in trouble, even if they're your own children.
Thank you, pedophiles, for making life a bit harder for the rest of us.
Let's not get too bad, because
that's my only politic statement.
I know, but we got to watch so we don't get flagged for using those words. Unfortunately, they use AIs to search through your words, and some words get flagged by the AI, even though you're trying to be complimentary to people who investigate these sort of people.
Yeah, I wasn't being complimentary to who I just mentioned.
Yes, I know. And so, yeah, I think as a YouTube or a social media provider, sometimes we have to choose what we say and when we say it. Anyway,
I'm not very good at that.
No, Julie's like straight out. It's like, screw you, screw this, you know.
Yeah.
And look, but yeah, where are we off to today?
We're off to Mallala.
Today we're off to Mallala because we have been out here several times, and as you know, if you've been watching our videos, and there's a couple of places we haven't been able to gain access.
Just leaving too well.
I don't know what happened, but we lost yours. But you know, it's like working with children and what's not. You know, just double click the back of it and it should stabilise again, Jules. Yeah, she's very new at it. It obviously went round the roundabout. It decided to follow us sideways around the roundabout.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all in fun in learning how to use it. I'm your camera person usually. But like I said, we're just experimenting with this, and
it may not work out, but
yeah, well, you know, even if you put a suction cup on the windscreen and a mount there, what you're going to get is the camera is going to overheat. Whatever you're using is overheating.
Yeah.
It's still running in the background. The numbers are going up.
Yeah, I think it. Oh, there's the numbers. Yeah, the numbers are going up.
Sorry, I'm just. But what you're going to find, you put anything on the dashboard, it overheats, and then the camera shuts down. Anyway, so we're off to Mallala. Mallala. Yep. Sorry, I'm getting there. Because every time we've been into Mallala, we haven't found the museum open, and we'd love to go there. We've tried to talk to people to help us to get to, and we're going to have another go at seeing if now he's open.
Yeah, apparently it's open Sunday afternoons, or it's open 2 to 4:30 Sundays.
Yeah, he's really hard to catch open if you want to get to the museum.
Assuming it's a he.
Or she, I believe it's a he because I've been told
it's a he, okay.
But I could be wrong. And it's not the price or anything, it's just open for 2.5 hours on a Sunday from 2 o'clock. We haven't been able to get into the racetrack, which was the old RAF Air Base.
But we will get around to poking your head in the door
again,
and
said
asking one day.
Be able to help us with that, but that fell through. So we're just going to have to get the mustard to rock up, and because it's private property, it's no longer a. Well, you wouldn't get in there if it's a military base. I'd be telling you right now.
No.
But to be honest with you, all the buildings were wiped off. All the Nissan huts and the aerodrome where they stored the planes was all wiped.
Yeah.
and the only thing that was left was the tarmacs anyway. So any old pictures you can find of it will be the best you're going to be able to see with the racetrack. But it's those runways exist because they just joined them all up to make the runway, to make the racetrack. But it would be nice to get out there. There is some pieces along the fence line that look like they're from the old World War II days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done a few videos and put them up on the channel.
Did we include that little bit in the Mallala Township?
No,
we didn't. Okay.
Because the only footage I really got was me standing out the front of the gate, reading the sign saying, "If you pass this point, you're screwed."
Yeah. But at the entrance to it, where Bridges was doing filming, there is boom gates and stuff that look like they date back to military days.
Yes, they're made out of old RSJ or railway track.
But it wasn't enough to make the cut for the Mallala video.
I don't think you want to. I don't think people want a video of me standing there going, "Oh, this is World War II." Because it's just not enough. And my goal, I'm hoping that somebody there will go, "Lost in South Oz? Come on in, have a look around." I'm hoping. So if someone out there has got something to do with Mallala racetrack, drop us an email. We'd love to go and promote your racetrack, but also get some history.
Yeah, that's our intention, is to promote. We're not doing this to promote places.
Not ourselves.
But
we're not getting any money out of it.
No, or ourselves for that matter. But when we visit a place, if they want promoting, we're more than happy to promote them. That makes sense.
And as we grow as a channel, so will the hits on the video that's on either the racetrack or the museum. And the biggest problem with anything that's historical, if it stops getting used, it stops coming into the public light, that is a business or a museum or preserving any part of history. If it gets forgotten, it gets demolished. That's the sad part about it all. Even if it's preserved under historic reasons, they just abandon it.
It's still not absolute guarantee.
It becomes abandoned and it just gets ruined. It just dissolves into dust.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but I need to mention this location. Okay. Where we are now on the old maps is known as Kuranyi.
Yep.
Now, Kuranyi apparently
a
little bit further down from this point, or is it this point?
But there was a railway station here.
Had a railway station.
Yep. It's gone now, long gone.
Where the road and the rail line go over the Light River is also marked as Kuranyi.
We've got some footage of the crossing, the bridge crossing out here at Kuranyi.
Yeah, but I haven't researched it enough yet.
We're always working on stuff, aren't we? And we've always got stuff where,
I came across Kuranyi while I was researching Mallala, and I made a note when I've sort of covered Mallala a bit more. I'll see what's been happening about at Kuranyi.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of research.
We're working on digging up the footprints of the past for Kuranyi.
Yeah.
But it's like everything on YouTube. You can go out there and become a copycat and copy everyone you like and go out to their sites where they've been. Yeah, maybe it's easier for you. But eventually you're going to have to start doing your own research. And like I worked out last night that where we're going to have a bite to eat at the Mallala Cafe, that's on the edge of the original subdivision for what developed into the township of Mallala. So this is the edge of Mallala?
Yeah, we're coming into the outskirts of Mallala now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there was, the just past here, the wheat branch turns off, the wheat loop turns off.
On our left.
So basically the township was a huge triangle for the wheat loop.
Yeah.
You can get in and get out of it. They don't have to come back, they can just go straight through. Because there's actually these crossings here and the crossings outside town as well. There's a couple outside town. So there's a siding and a loop round for them.
Yes.
But that came after and was built later. And they've got some flat silos along the ground there, like the flat kind, with like hoppers or worm gears that take the wheat up into the upright silos for loading
onto the trains.
onto the trains. Yeah.
So it comes in by truck and goes out by train.
Yep.
And before this loop was built, the wheat was loaded from silos in Mallala railway yard.
Yeah, and there is some speculation that it might have been 2 silos down to the end. There's an old train there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we just go past an old train there, an old diesel.
Yep.
You never know.
Freight train heading into Adelaide.
We've had the timetables up, but they're a rough estimate. There's a controller somewhere out there that knows where these trains are.
I don't have access to the freight train timetables.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Look at it, look at the carriages, these old wagons this guy's got on. Wow,
Yeah, you can
long.
just see it through the trees on the left.
Yeah, you can just see it. He's huge. But we got a whole wheat field out here in front of us. It's green. It's spring. It's been raining.
Yes.
And all these crops have been pushed up out of the ground. But we've had some beautiful rain in South Australia lately.
Yeah.
You know, basically a week and a half of just decent rain. It's been raining in the mornings, basically, which is probably a good time if you're not going to rain at night time. We've had rain overnight as well too, so.
But it tells us we need to do some fixing on our roof too.
Yeah, but also, I got some water. I'll just wipe the dust on the window.
Yep.
It'll clear itself up.
That's
But
safe
also,
for you.
you're gonna see our previous footage. It was so dry. I mean, we don't live in a desert, but I'll tell you what, it's getting close sometimes because
It does.
everything just dies, and it was a hard.
If you
summer.
look on the left, just through the trees,
It's
you
all
can see the
green.
new wheat silos
Yep,
on
yep.
the loop.
On the left over there, that's
On the
the
rail
new
loop.
ones for loading onto the trains. But yeah, I guess the climate in South Oz is
Just
been
going to
changing.
swing the
There you go.
camera through the side windows
That's dirty
there.
over that way, but
Yeah. There we go.
all right, back to there. And the gum trees, beautiful gum trees here. These are all, I guess they're blue gums or eucalyptus, and there's other stuff in between them all. I'm not up with horticulture and naming every thing in the ground there. Like most people, I go to Bunnings and I can name what's on the sticks, right?
Yeah, the only tree I ever really learnt was Endeavour costata.
Oh, gee. And
I
that's
got
where you
lost
go
after
across
that.
to go to the wheat silos and to the back of the old station there.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should
And so
find-
we're in the township now, but what time is it? Must be not even, just after lunch, about 1 o'clock. We're going to try and catch up and get a feed at the old Mallala Cafe.
Museum opens at 2,
Yeah.
so
We want a decent feed, so we're going to go into that one. But you know, you might want to grab a pie at the new service station here. That's up to you. Or you might want to go into the IGA and grab something in Newcastle. That's completely up to you. We're not telling you how to do things. But you know, or you might pull into the old hotel and grab a lunch in there. I don't know how it all works, but me personally, their food is pretty great at the cafe over here, and I'm pretty happy. The problem I'm trying to turn here is the War Memorial. The War Memorial is rocking view.
and what you're facing now is the original subdivision for Mallala.
Right, so here's the cafe just here, and this is where we're going to grab our lunch. Hopefully
Yeah.
I can just park in here. Here we go, I'll just park down there.
Yeah, back in 1874, the property that this was on subdivided a section of it, called it Mallala South, and that was the first subdivision of what developed into the township now.
All right then. Well, we're going to catch up with you when we hit them. If possible, we can get into the museum.
Yep.
So bye for now, and we'll see if we can get into the museum.
Bye for now.
If not,
Oh.
take care.